Hi, and welcome to this weekly Venus ritual. So, um, the Venus rituals have technically just been for us beautiful Patreons. And like I said before, if you want to be part of the Patreon weekly ritual, I will link my Patreon on the thumbnail of the YouTube picture and on the description part. Okay, so I don't know about you guys, but I started off the day really good and optimistic, and then that's a part thing with being a medium. Sometimes certain energies and spirits come through that are really strong, and then you get certain messages that kind of like throw you completely, and then your human side is like, I can't handle it. So it's been that kind of a day. We're gonna be also using the Black Cat Make-A-Wish oil. Like I said, it's not in the shop already, but I want to share with you. It's magic. Absolutely love, love, love this oil. It has a lot of energy. I love how in spirit, because a lot of people ask me like, how do you make your oils? Like they want like recipes, and I think it's really funny because I don't even know. It's I have it written down on my beautiful witches book, but to pass that energy down to, of course, my children and my grandchildren. But spirit just shares stuff with me, even when I cook. Like, I am the worst cook that has ever came across this plane. But when I ask spirit, hey, I want to make something hearty or soulful, or just a really good feel good meal, I always ask spirit to intervene. And like today, even though my daughter didn't eat it because she fell asleep, I made her really, really good, like homemade with shells, macaroni and cheese. And my daughter-in-law came over, and she was just like, "Oh my God, this looks so good. Can I have some?" I'm like, "Heck yeah!" So she's like, "Daisy, this is like the best macaroni and cheese. It was so good." So that's how everything is. When I create these oils, it's the same thing. Spirit, I have, of course, my oils and the things that I add and the energies I add and the crystals and all that good stuff. And Spirit makes this. And it's super funny. When I was adding the oils, there were certain colors that I added, right? And I just absolutely love how this oil is like has black in it. The same thing for the Samhain. This, I did not put anything black in there. Yes, some of the oils have different colors, so it's not, but I just think it's so cool. And if I shake it, it's all like black, you know, and then it goes right back. Do you see that? Do you love this magic? It's absolutely magical. So yeah, we're going to be talking about the power of these oils. Like I said, once I get my moon box, you don't have to buy these. You will get these. So I'm already prepping the moon boxes. I'm trying to be ahead of the game this month. Yeah, so here we go. I have my incense somewhere. Just dropped all my incense. And okay, here's the little guy for the incense. So this week I've added, I have a lot of these crystals that I charge all the time around this area. This is like my sacred working areas where I make my videos, and when I talk to spirit, and just where I do like personal magic, and when I do your readings. This is like a sacred space that I have just for that. So the energy is really high frequency energy. Okay, goddess, we are here on behalf of this beautiful energy of Venus. So here we go. Beautiful Venus, we invoke your essence and your energy as we light all of these beautiful candles with a lot of healing. You said that this week it was a lot of healing, a lot of balancing, a lot of releasing, reconnection, making peace and balance, overall balance. Thank you, beautiful Venus, for always being part of these magical rituals. We are super grateful that you are here beside us. All right. So you see the candles all going. So the candles this week have been anointed with Archangel Michael oil. So it's super funny because I don't think I've ever done a Venus energy where I have added Archangel Michael oil to the candles. Usually I add Venus or love or a lust, a lot of that passionate, energy, right? But like I said, today I felt very emotional, and like I feel everything, so I know what things that are occurring and happening and all that grandness. And Archangel Michael came through, and he knows that you all need a lot of balance. You all need a lot of healing. You have a lot of decisions that you have to make because of the changes that are coming into our lives right now. For instance, I'm working on so much, and to a moment I literally just wanted to crawl into bed and I'm watching a really nice feel-good show that's just funny and quirky, and I absolutely love it. I think it's something Girlfriends or Girlfriend's Guide. It's just, I always tell you guys that when you're down, especially like energies like when we're going to Mercury retrograde, that brings a lot of the old stuff and emotions and things that we need to take care of and balance. I always say to connect with stuff that makes you feel good. You're gonna laugh at this. When I feel down, like we're saying my relationship, right? Because, man, I think it's so funny. Brianna, I'm just thinking about you. So I did this beautiful reading for, one of you all, and two different ones of you guys, like, were really complaining this past week about communication. And I think it's funny because Spirit will talk to me, and I want you to grasp that when I'm speaking, it's not really me saying these things. This is all Spirit. And I know a lot of you know, like Goddess knows because we had a really beautiful experience a couple days ago. And when I hear these messages to you guys, I sometimes laugh, and I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing because I'm just like, how do I explain? So I have this gift that my mind speaks different things. When I first started working with the angels, when I understood that the angels talk to you telepathy, right? Telepathic. There you go. It's just that day. They talk to us through our minds. It's like a thinking. We could hear them through our thoughts, right? Of course, the human mind doesn't understand that. When I started doing this back in 96, 97, or maybe earlier than that I was talking to my angels, that I knew that I was talking to my angels. Because by this point, I had already read Angel Speak with Barbara Mark and Trudy Griswold, and I knew that these were the angels. So there were times that I was like, now I understand why I have multiple thoughts at the same time. I don't know if some of you have that gift. So when I'm doing the readings for you, I have my thoughts, right? And then Spirit's talking through me. So I have that energy going through me. So sometimes my thoughts gather what Spirit is telling you, and I laugh because I'm just like, look at me. I'm sharing what Spirit is sharing with them. And this is like bullshit that happens to me too. You know what I'm saying? So when I have my moments that my husband's being an ass, one of my amazing cups of teas is that I will read this really good feel-good book. One of my favorites is Twilight, and I know it's corny, but I absolutely love the energy of Edward, because he's this man that just absolutely loves this girl for who she is, with all her flaws. And I'm not talking about the movie, because the movie's corny as shit. I'm talking about like reading into how he falls in love with her, how he sees her for her. He sees all her dullness that everybody, like her whole simplicity. He falls in love with that she doesn't dress fancy. She's not looking for attention. She's just a regular, simple girl that all she cares about is reading a good book, and I love that. I love how he takes care of her, and I think she's a little stupid because, I mean, if I was in that case, hell, buy me the freaking car. I'll totally accept it. Like, women want to be wanted. We want to be needed, and we want to be taken care of. That's why, and all the feminists, you could bash me, you could tell me anything you want to say, and you know what? I don't give a shit. I love for a man to take care of me. I love the romance. I love the gifts, I love the pampering. And sometimes, like in my life, in my personal relationship, I don't get that all the time because men are thick-headed. They don't think about these things. And, sometimes I'll remind him, my husband, and I'll, certain things, and, and you're just like, well, if he doesn't, he doesn't. If he doesn't, he doesn't. But then what happens is when I want certain things, I write them in my scripting journal, like, okay, I want to feel this, or I want this to happen. And then we have our little like moments, like now we're planning a little getaway together. And you have to do those things in a relationship. So when I read Twilight, I fall in love with this, with this romance that I try to bring into my own romance, And of course I share this with him, hey, I don't expect you to be Edward because he's a fictional character. But I do expect, because men will be like, well, you're not paying attention to me. Well, maybe you should pay attention to me, and then I'll pay attention to you. You know what I'm saying? Or sometimes you're paying so much attention, and then they're not, and you're just like, So, I always share with you guys about compromise. So today in the reading, we were talking about how men do not communicate. Every single one of you. I don't think I've ever casted a spell that doesn't ask for communication. And that is the main flaw in men. You're not going to ever, if your issue is that you are not with a man because they don't communicate, you are never going to find a perfect man that communicates. It is so hard. I don't know what it is about men and communication. I mean, why do you think couples go to therapy? Because through therapy, you have I feel like the therapist is the referee that has these two people in front of her ass speaking, sharing their truths, their desires, I wish you wouldn't do this, I wish you would do that. Why? Because when you sit down, like for me and my husband, sometimes when we sit down and have a conversation, he freaks out. He automatically assumes that I'm telling him that he's wrong, so he'll blow it out of proportion. He's the heated one. And then I look at him like the child that he is, and I'll be like, are you done? Okay, and then I'll tell him, well, this is why I don't talk to you, because this is how you react, like a 2-year-old that I just took the toy from, or the chocolate chip cookie from. And then he thinks about it. He's like, okay. Sometimes it'll take him a day, but it's always working on the relationship and not giving up, especially when you love the person. If you don't love the person, get the fudge out of there. Get out. There is no need for you to put up with any crap. So, beautiful Brianna. That's what we talked about today. So when Spirit's pretty much preaching to her, I'm just like, I hope she doesn't feel like I'm doing this, It's not coming from me. I swear. It's all Spirit. They know you. They know what you go through. They know what's going on. So they want to reassure and send you that advice. And that when you come to me, I'm not going to sugarcoat. The spirits, I work with hardcore spirits because they have walked on this plane. They know what we go through. And they're in another clique where the bullshit has completely ended. So this beautiful energy of Venus that we do this week, it is about us. We're going into Mercury retrograde. And when we hear Mercury retrograde, we freak out. This energy has been kicking my ass throughout the entire month of September. And it has been kicking your ass too, because I have had to go live because so many of you have lost your shit. And you are but what has happened? Because now I'm talking to you now, and you're realizing the action steps that you have to take. Some of you are getting more into the quicksand, I feel like you need to relax, breathe, and acknowledge before you take the action, before you block them, before you tell them to fuck off. Acknowledge, breathe, understand. So, beautiful Venus this week wants to send you healing, and then we're here with beautiful Archangel Michael, who wants to cleanse and clear you. And I always tell you, always have sea salt baths. I offer them in my shop. You don't have to get them. You could just go to the supermarket and make them yourself. I have videos teaching you how to make like certain cleanses and stuff. You know, all you need is some herbs. Go to the supermarket, get yourself some fresh roses. Wash the petals really, really good because you're going to be soaking in them. And put them in some sea salt. You could buy kosher salt. Supermarket has all these goodies. Add some of the oils. You buy oils galore from me. Add some of those oils into the sea salt. And as you're putting your hands in there, set your intentions over. What would you like this energy, this cleansing to do for you? And then invoke the beautiful energy of Archangel Michael. For those of you that got in my Archangel Michael box, you know that I sent you the big candle. You also get the seal, you know, to help you with your family, with, you know, Archangel Michael is great. Whenever there's arguments in my house, I don't run and get in it. I invoke Archangel Michael and I ask Archangel Michael to touch everyone and calm them down and cut the cords of all that chaos. Cut off ego, because that chaos comes from ego. When we're complaining and screaming and yelling and, you know, that is all negative energy. So we need to, you know, that's like I told you, when my husband starts getting stupid energy and he starts raising his voice, I walk away most of the time. I mean, I'm not going to tell you, I'm super assertive. I could tell him to go F off. And I've done it plenty of times. Because when I know that I'm right, I know that I'm right. You know what I'm saying? But more often than not, I bring my level down and I'm just like, well, when you're ready to talk to me, have an actual adult conversation and come see me. And we will have that conversation. And there's been times that I have not talked to that man for a week. Because sometimes you need that break for you to realize, oh shit, I fucked up. Because I fuck up all the time. And then I'll go to him and be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And you know, I think back, well, I was going through this, and then this happened, and he did this little thing, and I blew up, you know? But sometimes I'm right. Sometimes he messes up. So he'll come to me and be like, okay, I'm sorry. You know, when you live with someone, it's two different energies. They might be your soulmate. They might be your twin flame. But it's two different people with two very different energies living together or working together or in a relationship. My dreams and hopes and desires are not my husband's dreams, hopes, and desires. I cannot expect him to mimic what I want. So how do you do it? You work together. You find your compromise energy. And that's how we've been working it out. Like right now, we're in between where we want to move. He wants to go to like the Keys, and I want to go to like the beaches up here in Central Florida. So we're in between that. So what we're going to do, our plan is to visit, look at the prices, of course, and see where we feel at home. Because I could do my work anywhere, you know, which is a great thing of what I do, and he can too. Plus he works in the hospitality business, so no matter what beach we go to, there's plenty of hospitality. So it's working with your beloved. If they're working in their career, have patience with them. They really want to finish their career because they feel like they're the foundation of your relationship. You know, if they want to have time with the guys, understand that. And instead of you hurting because he's not with you, you make time with the girls. You start your hobbies or side gig or read a damn book. or binge on some amazing Netflix shows. Like the one I'm watching is pretty good. But the point is, um, you don't have to feel unwanted or alone. That is ego energy. And Venus this week has came to heal you. I've added a lot of communication, but overall, I feel like she's telling you that you need regeneration. Regeneration of what you desire through the root energy. So let's work on our root chakra. Beautiful goddess of love, beautiful Archangel Michael, we are gathered here today to connect, regenerate, and heal so that we can move forward in the true energy of love and bliss. We completely detach ourselves from those lower vibrational energies and nudges to express volatile through words that bring a lot of negativity into our love lives. We release that, Archangel Michael. We ask that you use your sacred sword to cut all of those cords so that we could be at one with our beloveds in harmony, in balance, in bliss, in true love, with lots of romance and lots of passion. We thank you, beautiful goddess of love, as we move through these energies, as we are healing, calm, filled with serenity. And tonight we're going to have beautiful, lucid dreams with our beloveds. Lots of visions, lots of confirmations, so that we know that everything we do is being manifested from the spiritual into the physical. Because as humans, we like to see, we like to witness, we like to know. So we ask that you send a lot of signs, a lot of confirmations. Thank you, beautiful goddess of love. Thank you, beautiful Archangel Michael. Amen. And so it is, and it is so. It's always a blessing. So much to be. So look at how we're talking about. Remember I told you that Archangel Michael keeps the balance. Usually there's always a candle that's going crazy. Okay, I blew that. But do you see how serene they all are? They're all aligned. They're all burning slowly, calmly, and just a lot of serenity. Do you see that? Very relaxed, very serene. Take all of this energy into your sacred space and align with that beautiful balance, that beautiful serenity. And make plans. Make plans to go out with your beloved. Make plans, maybe not for next month, maybe for Thanksgiving. We have so many beautiful rituals that I talked about in the last video. So if you haven't seen my last video, I talked about the new moon boxes, Samhain, and all these beautiful energies that will be coming. Now, thank you all for watching. I send you lots of love, and I will be showing you some predictions very soon.